We're talking heating and cooling, mostly cooling today with Daryl from John Betlam. I have a question regarding the tax credit. Little off topic from what we were talking about, but what you're saying is with the capacity and that kind of thing, maybe somebody has a machine that's not sized properly for their home. I know that's happened in my neighborhood, where they've, some of my neighbors have gotten estimates and, they're not getting cooling properly, and they're saying that their air conditioning unit is too small to cool the home. Is that something you find often? Or
Absolutely. It does happen on occasion. If you get a contractor who doesn't do their homework and installs a system that is not adequate for the home, you will see that they'll struggle even on design conditions or below.
And the contractor's basically trying to cut costs when he's building the home.
That's what I'm thinking.
And if they weren't in jail or dead, you could sue him. But
Because
that's
he's not
beyond
registered or...
a bad Pat.
Oh, bad Pat.
Sorry.
Bad Pat.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
But
that
if
one.
they were registered and insured and licensed and all that kind of stuff, you'd know where to get them, right?
Right.
We're going to talk to you about that a little bit, too. We want to ask your opinion. But as far as the tax credit goes, there is a tax credit for people who may want to install a new system or upgrade the one that they have.
Exactly.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that works?
Sure. It's a program that's actually in its second year, due to expire at the end of this year. It's a tax credit based on a particular efficiency level, a minimum efficiency level of 14 SEER, which is seasonal energy efficiency ratio. So the system would have to be that efficient or more to qualify for this credit. And the credit is 30% of the installed cost up to a total tax credit amount of $1,500.
Okay.
So if someone had a new cooling system installed that met the efficiency requirements, and that system, say, cost them $4,000, their total tax credit would be 30% of that $4,000.
Are you finding that people are taking advantage of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it applies not only to cooling, getting a bit off the subject, but it also apply to furnaces of a particular efficiency level as well.
Sure.
So it's a great time to buy or upgrade. A furnace and a cooling system before the end of the year because of the tax credit.
Right.
We've not heard anything about them extending that. They may, but
Yeah, you never know.
Not sure yet.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Let's
Hurry
talk.
up and wait. No, hurry up and get it.
Daryl with Betlam Heating and Cooling. Let's talk layman's terms here. I have a house. It's humid outside. My air conditioning's on all the time. It's not seemingly humid in the house, except for the basement. Why would my basement still be humid if my central air is running through the whole house with the vents and it's sucking air through the whole house?
That's a question that's posed quite frequently.
Okay.
The basement we usually consider it as really kind of a separate entity. It's below grade. You're not traditionally conditioning that directly as you would the living space. You don't have returns down there that are drawing the air in typically to dehumidify it.
Okay.
And I think it's important to mention too that when we cool a home, the main purpose is maintaining a temperature.
Yep.
The dehumidification you get from that is really a benefit of the cooling process.
Okay.
And what determines the amount of dehumidification that takes place is the length of the cooling unit's operating cycle.
Okay.
And this kind of stems back to sizing the unit properly. If you had a unit that was much, much larger than what the house needed, it would run for a short period of time and shut off. You'd have a cool, damp house.
Oh.
So having a unit in this type of weather, it's not unusual to see it running 24/7. You may be struggling maintaining temperature, but it's going to be doing a great job in dehumidifying.
Okay.
So it's usually suggested that you treat the basement as a separate entity with a portable dehumidifier or something like that.
As I do. I just was curious because I know mine's dehumidifying the house because it drains out of the cooling, the air conditioning drains out. And I just thought it would naturally dehumidify the basement as well. That's all I was questioning.
It will to a level, but not enough to satisfy the requirements down there. You want to be careful about it getting too damp down there. If you store anything, you may see some mold build up and things like that. And that's certainly...
Then we're talking indoor air quality, which we're going to talk a little bit about that when we come back from our break. Our number is 222-6397. I'm Brenna Hartman, the Fixie Chick. You are listening to Property Source Radio. We're talking real estate, rentals, and home improvement. We've got our guest, Daryl Fishbaugh, John Betlam Heating and Cooling. He's here to answer your questions. If it's hot and humid in your house, give us a call and you can find out how to fix that problem. We'll be right back.